this Christmas tea towel, and unfortunately the live keeps getting kicked out, which is kind of crazy and upsetting. And what the heck, YouTube? And then we didn't have any sound. So I need you guys to tell me if you can see this and you can hear me. Please and thank you. And while you're doing that, I am going to bring up the channel and see if we can get it coming back up to the live. 22 minutes ago, upcoming, scheduled for 7. Well, that's not good. Back. Hi, can you guys hear me now? We're trying to get set up for this Christmas tea towel, and we got kicked out twice by YouTube, and obviously we don't want to do that. So I want to just make sure everybody can hear me before we get back into this, and I'm bringing you up on my channel as well. Okay, we've got 2 watching. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear, please, and thank you. I would appreciate it. Let's see if we can get this done this time. Kind of crazy. Keeps getting booted out here. Okay. Hi, Kathy. Hi, so-and-so. Yes, I hear. Okay. Back to the Christmas tea towel we go. We'll try to whip it off here pretty quick because without this stalling out, because I do have to make my roast beef dinner here tonight for my husband. So let me get my camera set up and we should be good to go. Okay. That was terrible. I don't know what happened. I do not know what happened. Okay, so I'm Jolene. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, for all of you that are new to the sewing channel here. And today we're going to make a Christmas tea towel. I'm using cotton toweling that I've got from Winners or HomeSense. I like it to be no more than 20 inches wide. So this one I know is 19.5. We measured it in the first live, and this is the pattern that we're going to use. And then we're going to use 2 coordinated colors of quilt cotton. And we're going to use the ice skate pattern from this quilt cotton. So this is a pattern that just repeats and then, you know, has this long pattern on the side of it. So I like to buy these and then pick the one that I want to use out of it. And of course, I'm going to use the snowman and the houses later on, but I am going to use the skates for this one. So we're going to cut the skate out, the skate pattern out. My apologies if you guys were on that live here a little while ago and it died. it just went off kilter, and then we tried to reset it and then we couldn't hear anything. So now we're here again for like the 3rd time today. But we do have to do this super quick because I do have to cook a roast beef dinner here. So we're just going to do 1 tea towel on this live. We're going to get through it here. So I've cut the pattern off. We're just going to use this. And then thank you, so-and-so. I appreciate that. It does happen, and I have absolutely no control over it. So I'm not going to lose any sleep about the fact that I got kicked out of YouTube on a live. Literally nothing I could have done different. So the skates are about 3 inches, and I'm going to cut the houses at 5.5 inches. So just get everything lined up here. We'll do this one super quick. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. And there are videos on the channel that have the little presents on the pictures for the videos. Those are giveaways, giveaway videos for subscribers of the channel. And in a minute, I'll tell you what the members only giveaway is. Okay, so now we've got our 2 coordinated patterns here. And they do have to be right way up when we're sewing this next step. So because you want them both to be on the tea towel facing the right way up, one of the patterns needs to be wrong way down to right way up when we sew this next step here. Do it pretty easy. So we'll lay our houses down. We know that they are going to be on the bottom of the towel. And then we'll lay our skates down on top of them with the pattern wrong way down. So the fabric is right way together, but the pattern is upside down for the skates and right side up for the house. And we're just going to do a scant quarter on this. We don't want to cut off too much of the pattern, and it's just going to be a straight stitch. Okay, there's people on the channel that like to do scammy stuff, and we don't care because all you're doing is helping the channel grow. So you're weird. All right, so we're just sewing a straight stitch and a scant quarter. We'll show you what this looks like in a minute. Pretty quick stuff. I'm making 15 of these exact tea towels. And because I'm doing Christmas markets, I need a whole bunch for my Christmas markets. So I'm going to sew 15 of this exact same pattern. Thank you for growing the channel. Yeah, exactly. We're just like, all the people that are here all the time now are like, go away, right? We don't need this. Okay, this is what it looks like. Now we need to sew it, obviously, onto the towel. So find which part of the towel is the right way up, and the pattern will either be the right way up. If the pattern is scattered, it doesn't matter. But if it does have a hook, I want that to be the top of the towel so people could actually use the hook. And so I place my towel face side down, and I grab my fabric, and I just pick up my towel like this with my fingers. And now it looks like this on the back. So we've got the right side of the quilt cotton to the back side of the tea towel. And we're just going to sew a straight stitch under the hem of the towel. So just where it lines up with the hem, we're going to sew the quilt cotton on right here. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I do have another tea towel tutorial on the channel here. It's actually a series of 4 where I make a chicken pattern tea towel, dish drying mat, soup bowl cozy, and oven mitt. And it's not a live video. None of them are live videos, but I keep going backwards. They all lead one video into the other, and then you can make yourself a cute little kitchen set if you're interested in that. So again, we're just doing a 1/4 inch seam. I basically have my presser foot along the side of the seam of the towel. And we lined it up so it should be, you know, kind of in the center of the towel there. Do a little back stitch on the edge. Hello from Wisconsin. Hello, Helene. Or Helen. Correct me, is it Helen or Helene? I'm guessing Helen. No, it should be Helene because I'm Jolene and it's Jolene as well. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. All right, what we're going to do right now is we are going to tell you about the members giveaway. If you join the channel, it's $2 a month. And when we have 150 paid members of the channel, we're going to do a draw from those members and pick a random person to win this fabulous gift set. So the first part of the gift is this FAF quilting box. There's quilt rulers, a rotary cutter, rotary blades, and needles. And then it's actually got 2 layers to this box, and underneath is the rotating cutting mat. You cannot purchase this. The value is 312 Canadian dollars. And then we just started the memberships last week. So this is growing by the day. And then we sewed this cute Christmas tea towel. We did a live for this, and you can go back and watch this live as well if you want to watch this tea towel be made. That will be part of the members only gift. Then we did 2 coordinated Christmas placemats. These are Robert Kaufman fabric. They're completely reversible, and you can watch the live video for this as well. Then I announced my book launch. So this is my book that will teach you how to have a business on YouTube, how to make some money from your crafts. So if you're interested in this or know somebody that is, it's available on Amazon. It's From Zero to YouTuber by Jolene Airy. And then yesterday we did a jelly roll rug, and now in the gift box is the tube maker. So when we reach 150 paid members, I will do a draw and get in touch with you, and then that will get sent off to you. Now we need to go to the iron. So I've got to move my camera around while we do this. But you know, it is what it is. All right, move the camera around. I wonder if Steph's going to come back. She might see it here today. You ordered my book today. Thank you very much. What is your first name again? I cannot remember. I think you told me once before. And did you join the channel too? Was it you that joined the channel? There was somebody yesterday that joined. Okay, so we place our tea towel down. Maybe just move the camera. Do I need to move the camera? Oh, Sabrina. Yes. Okay, that was you. Thank you very much for ordering that. And we're going to iron the tea towel. So basically put the tea towel face down. We're going to work on the back side of it first. And we've just got Black & Decker iron here with water in it. And we just want to press everything so it's nice and crisp. Now, when you press the quilt cotton, make sure you press to the dark side and get everything nice down. Then pull your towel up a little bit, and we want to press fold the fabric towards you. So you have the right side of the quilt fabric up, you have the wrong side of the tea towel down, and we're going to press this, fold, and we're just going to make sure that we've got our quilt edge here nice and crisp too, just in case where these two join. Now we're going to flip the towel. So the towel is going to be the right side up, and your quilt cotton is going to be the wrong side down. And we're just going to fold here and make a little fold so we can sew this down. So a little seam allowance, basically. So just give yourself just over a 1/4 inch here on the fold, maybe 1/2 inch on the fold. If you've got a pattern there, just be conscious of lining it up. And now we're going to flip this fabric up onto the towel and make sure it's flush with the bottom of the towel. And now we're going to press it again and make a nice crisp fold here. Did you buy the ebook copy or did you buy the print copy, Sabrina? We need 5 pins now, you guys. So 3, 4, 5. We're going to put 1 in the center, and then 2 halfway, and then 1 on each end. And this will just hold everything in place to make the next step of the towel super easy. And we did pick out the cotton lace trim in the last live that stalled out here an hour ago. And so we took about, and now that I'm making 15 of the same tea towels, we're going to use the cotton lace trim that we already picked out. So we're going to sew cotton lace trim onto the top of this towel, and I'll show you the trim and we'll go sew. Let's go. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you, iron the folds out here too. You can do that at this step or the next step. I like to do it at this step, just in case there's any big creases in it. We want it super nice. All right, back to the machine. Moving the camera. And we should be able to see. There we go. Maybe point it down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to sew. Oh, you bought the hardback. I just launched that. So that just went live yesterday, the hardback cover of it. kind of crazy. Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it. How many different ones do I take to the market? Well, it kind of depends on how many I get made. This is the lace trim, but I would make sure I had like over 20 different styles of the Christmas towels. And then just how many I have is just like, I go gangbusters. I want to sell 25% more this year than last year. So in order to do that, I have to make more product. And then I bought a bigger booth at the second Christmas market I'm going to. The first one, I've got the biggest booth they'll give me. I've had it for years. But the second market that I'm going to this year, last year was my first year at that specific market. And I did okay, but I know I could do better. And I think some of it was placement. I was a little bit in a corner. And then some of it was the size of my booth. And some of it was they didn't have very good lighting. And I didn't realize how poor the lighting would be in there. And I should have purchased more spotlights. So I've already done that. And then you have to have them on battery because it's a huge greenhouse situation and they don't have enough power. So we're all using like portable power, like Jackeries, portable power things to make sure we can go for the entire market. So I've just put some white thread in. We're going to sew the cotton lace trim down with a straight stitch, and we're going to pull our needles out, our pins out as we go, so we're not hitting our pins. And I'm just sewing the lace trim to the very top of the quilt cotton, and then I'll sew it a second time at the top of the lace trim as well to make sure it stays down. You can purchase all of my stuff on my website, and if you want to join the channel, you should have a join button at the very top of your screen, or you can go back to the main channel and hit join. Or if you have any problems with that, leave a comment on this video after the live is over, and I can share the link with you. And my website is homestitcherydecor.com. I ship to Canada and the United States. So there's lots of videos on there's several videos on the channel too that have prize giveaways in them that are not for members. They're just for subscribers. So if you want to go ahead and check out those videos as well. And if you want to join the channel for as little as $2 Canadian a month, you can go ahead and do that. And as we grow the channel and build this awesome community, we're going to do more fun things because we can. So like massive giveaways of gift boxes. I mean, who doesn't want to win one of those? Okay, so one more time, we're going to sew the lace down at the top now. I'm sewing on a Pfaff Quilt Ambition 635. When the video is done processing by YouTube, I will put a link in the video description if you want to check this machine out. I just applied on the advice of this channel actually last week to be well, they told me to be an ambassador, but I couldn't figure that one out yet, but I did sign up to be an affiliate. So if you like a machine there and you happen to buy it and it fits within their their tracking thing or whatever they do, then I could receive a commission for that, and that helps my business grow. So thank you very much for doing that. Every like, comment, heart, everything you guys do here does help the channel grow. So thank you so much for doing that. Okay, so now we're going to switch and we're going to do a red embroidery stitch. So this is this a candied red? Yeah, this will do. This is like a candied colored red. I do have a more burgundy Christmas red, but this one will stand out quite nicely. So we'll try this. And we're going to use 169, which is a snowflake stitch on this machine. Maybe I should have picked a different color. No, I got a bobbin here. Everybody hit the like button. Thank you so much. Yes, we are trying to grow. I basically want to be as big as Mr. Beast, but like for sewing. I think we can do it. And I think it's going to be a hoot. So why not, right? Work your butt off, do good things. I can't make this stuff for everybody. So I teach how I do it here on my channel. And then if you want to make it for your friends and family, fill your boots. Or if you want to follow along with all my teaching videos on here and learn how to have an actual business doing this and buy my book because you want to do something like this for yourself, well, I'm here to help you do that. Because I think there is not enough good in the world and I can easily teach, so why not? 169 is, this machine has over 200 stitches on it, which is absolutely crazy. 169. Okay, we have it set at 7 and 8, and we're just going to sew, just so you guys know, you can see the cotton here, but where the two fabrics join up together, we're going to sew right down the middle of that. So perfectly straight. This part takes a couple minutes here, so bear with me because it is an embroidery stitch. And then the next part is super fast. You'll see it come together lickety split. I generally chain piece all these towels, but of course I do want to put some content out onto YouTube on a regular basis, so I make sure these videos aren't too long and you can actually, you know, get some value and get moving on with your day. So who do we have here? We have a bunch of people watching. I can see that. I hope some of you are back from the live where the video stalled out. It stalled out just as we were, just after we finished picking out the cotton, because that was actually a group vote. We had 3 different styles of lace trim, and I showed them all to the camera, and we took a vote, and we came back with number 1. So that's the one that we're going to stick to now. And yeah, I might alternate a little bit of the embroidery on here, maybe. But yeah, we're going to make 15 of this exact towel here. I'm not going to alternate the embroidery. The red is stunning. There's going to be 15 with red stitching. All right, so while you guys are talking amongst yourselves, I'm going to have a sip of coffee. This is a great time to have a sip of coffee as long as you're watching your fabric go in the middle. That way I don't get too dry and end up coughing into the microphone. Sorry about that. And who do we have here today? Where are you from? What are you doing on a Sunday afternoon? Watching this lady do an embroidery stitch across 20 inches of a tea towel. Who's the furthest away? Let's have a contest. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Any takers? Want to tell us where you're from? You don't tell us your address or anything like that, but just tell us where you're from. Say hello. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notifications if you want to see when I'm going live or when I have a new video up. YouTube should tell you when I'm going live. And it helps the channel grow. And okay, I'm going to tell you about good things that we can do. We have the membership draw. That's fine. That's for us, right? But I truly believe we should all be participating in the world a little bit. So I do support a program called Kiva. It's an online platform that helps facilitate microloans for people in underserved countries. You can get a microloan too if you've got something going on with your business in the States and apply in the United States. But essentially, I choose to support people in underserved countries, so they don't always have access to banking because there are no banks. And essentially, I put some money onto their website. I got charged for it. I think it was like, well, it was 57.50 American, and then that got, moved into Canadian dollars. But I gave $50 to a person who has their own sewing business, who's hoping to grow their own sewing business. And you loan them the money, they pay it back. Once the money goes back into your account, you have the option of taking the money out, or you can re-lend it to another person. Furthest from whom I'm quite far, North Carolina. You are, that's far. Hi, Tony from Texas. We've got Pam here. I cleaned earlier. Now I'm watching and relaxing. Good for you. And we've got Elaine from Washington State. So earlier today we had, and yesterday too, we had a lady from Pakistan, which was crazy. She was on the live that stalled out here a while ago. Maybe she'll come back. But I think there was Pakistan, and I had somebody from Australia, and they might be back here too. They're one of the regulars now. And then we had I think it was like the very first live I did a couple weeks ago, we had somebody from South Korea, which I kind of thought was crazy because I was like, how on earth do you put a video out on YouTube and have somebody be watching from South Korea? Like, that's bananas. If it was North Korea, of course, I'd be even more surprised because they are heavily censored and have access to nothing. But South Korea, can you believe that? Those three are the winners. Yeah, crazy, right? Like, how does that even happen? I don't understand. YouTube just pushes the videos out, and then I guess if people interact with it, they show it to more people in that area. And the next thing you know, I'm chatting with this lady from Pakistan yesterday. She had a bunch of questions, actually very wanted to start doing some of the sewing, and another asked me if I wanted to coach, and I'm like, I just have absolutely no time. But somebody else came on and said, I actually teach this, and I don't know if they're going to get in touch with each other after the fact. But I thought, heck, why not? You're not stepping on my toes. Like, you want to do it, and you're sitting here watching the channel, and you think you can help this person, like, you go right ahead. So it was kind of cool. Oh, it comes up on the For You page. Yeah, that makes sense, hey? All right, you guys, I'm going to show you this, and then we're going to iron. Super cool. Maybe we'll bring the iron around while we're doing it here. Bring the camera around. Little flip of the camera. You can see over here on this side, I have a lot of my products already up, tags on them ready to go to the market. So this is what the embroidery stitching looks like now. And we've got the cotton lace trim. So very pretty little snowflakes. That's that FAF Quilt Ambition 635. And it takes a few hours for YouTube to process the video, and then I'll be able to write a description for it, and I'll put the link in for these machines. If you're in need of a new machine, go check it out. I just got mine literally last week and did an unboxing on the channel here while I was sewing because my other machine crapped out. So we took a vote and said, hey, open up that new machine. And it was $18.88 Canadian. Okay, so now essentially what we're going to do is we're going to sew these edges all the way around the towel. So what we need to do is trim off any little threads, and we're going to fold the corners in on a diagonal, just like this. I hope you guys can see. Can you guys see? I want to make sure everybody can see this part. You should be able to see. Okay, so fold the edges in on the diagonal. Now bring the edge of the fabric to the edge of the towel. Now flip it one more time. And you'll see here, I'm going to hit this with the iron and some steam. This is going to give you a nice, really crisp edge and wrap that fabric all the way around the towel for a real professional finish. Instead of just putting the fabric, like I've seen these towels made where they're just edge to edge. And I don't know, I think this looks better. So again, just bring the other side over, trim off any loose threads that you have here, fold the edges in on the diagonal, fold the fabric to the edge of the towel, and then flip it one more time. And if you have, any creases, or in this case, I have this little tuft of fabric sticking out, just tuck that down in underneath, grab your iron, and hit it with some steam. Make sense? Oh, I can't see what you're doing. Oh, because the comments are covering it up. Oh, dang it. Okay, I'm going to show you here real close up then. 1 second after I bring the iron up. We'll take it apart and we'll show you a different angle here. Okay, bear with me as I move the camera, guys. Okay. Is that better? Can you see it now? Let me know. You should be able to see it now. So essentially what I did, I'll bring this up higher into the camera, maybe even a little higher than that. Okay, so we had the fabric here. So what we did is we folded it, folded the edges in on the diagonal. Then we folded the actual fabric up just to the edge of the towel. Then we folded it up one more time, and essentially we've made a little present, and now we hit this with the steam. Much better, hey? Okay. Yeah, I definitely want you guys to get the best out of these videos, because what's the point if you're not getting the best, right? And so this is what it's going to look like on the front, and we're going to sew this down. So let's move the camera around and we'll go back to the sewing machine. Okay. And you should be able to see. I can't do close-ups on the lives, but I have sewn this tea towel, like the chicken tea towel tutorial. It all has like super close-up of the actual sewing as well. So if you want to check out, that's a series of 4 videos. So now essentially I'm just going to start from the bottom, and I'm going to change my thread to white because I don't want this to stick out too bad. Or maybe even, let's do it gray. A nice soft gray so we can hide all the stuff here. So just rethread the machine. This is going to be a straight stitch. Has anybody just joined the live? Say hello if you're new here, and we'll tell you about the members only giveaway here in a minute. Well, actually, I'll just tell you anyway at the end of the video before we do the towel reveal. Just because when we do these lives, so many people pop in and then they go and then they pop back in. We don't want anybody to miss anything. So I'm Jolene. I'm from Home Stitchery Decor in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So when I'm sewing this, I always start at the bottom and I always back stitch first. So I start just before the fabric, like basically halfway through the folded edge of this. So we're just going to hit a couple of stitches going backwards. I should have changed the stitch on here, which I didn't. Hopefully that doesn't mess it up too bad. It shouldn't. It's just a couple of little ones, but okay. So we'll go backwards a stitch. And now we're going to go forwards. And then this will make it so we don't have a big like lump of thread on that corner. Then I have an in needle down position. Just come up to the very edge. Sew along the very edge of this. You don't want this, unfolding on people. And come up to where the diagonal is on the cotton. And pivot again and sew yourself to the outside and then do a little back stitch. And this machine is nice because it's got a threader and it's got scissors as well on there. So a thread cutter. Yeah, that didn't bugger it up at all. Those 2 little stitches where I didn't have it changed from the last stitch. And again, cut off any little threads that you have. And now we're just going to do the other side. And we're going to be done here really quickly, but that's good because I do have to go make that roast beef dinner. I promised my husband. I took it out of the oven last night, or of the freezer last night. And I'm going to whip it up with some mashed potatoes and Yorkshire puddings. Hi, Roberta. Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, I'm Jolene. I'm from Home Stitchery Decor. And I teach what I sell on my channel, and I teach all the business stuff too. Okay, pivot it around one more time here. Just a little straight stitch on this last edge. Cut it off with the scissors, and off we go. Perfect. Now, this is what our finished towel looks like. And I'm not going to on this towel just because I did a whole bunch with buttons yesterday. But typically, I either finish it just like this, or I put a button in the center of it. And the reason I'm not going to do buttons today, oh, I might be able to, green or red, is I ran out of buttons and I had to order some. So if you were going to put a button on it, I would put it like into the lace. Can you see that there? Into the lace. And you could do a red button, or in this case too, we could do a green button, although I kind of think that makes this one look a little cheaper with the green button. What's your vote? What's your vote, you guys? We'll get that voted while we tell people about the giveaway. So if you're a subscribed member of the channel, go watch the videos that have the little presents on them, follow the instructions, and you could win a prize if you're just a subscriber. And then if you want to join the channel and be a paid member, it's $2 Canadian a month. Yeah, do the red. I'll wait until those new red buttons come in and just make sure, because I only have 2 of those wooden red buttons left. And I want the towels to be all the same so I don't have to do the listing over and over again. Okay, so if you're a member only, this is the giveaway. It is a FAF gift box. There's 2 rulers, a rotary cutter, rotary blades, needles, and then on the underside here, you guys, is like a multi-layered box here, a rotating mat. You cannot purchase this. It's valued at $312 Canadian. And then while we were doing these lives, we kept adding more stuff. So last week we did a live where we made these cute tea towels, and you can go ahead and rewatch that live if you want to see that one. Then we made, that will be part of the gift. Then we made 2 coordinated placemats with Robert Kaufman fabric. So they're completely reversible. You'd receive a set of those. Then yesterday we launched my new book. Well, my first book. It's my first book. I'm an author now. I wrote a book about how to do this. Not exactly crafting, but anything. If you wanted to start a business on YouTube and start your channel, I give you all kinds of tips and tricks. This is like a $2,000 course in a $14.95 American book. So it's available on Amazon. It's called From Zero to YouTuber by Jolene Airy. Buy this if you've got kids in your life that are wanting to start a YouTube business instead of them watching videos and paying thousands of dollars for courses. I guarantee you, you're going to get some value out of that. I worked my butt off on it. And then yesterday we did the Clover tube maker. So we made a rug yesterday, and we're going to include the Clover tube maker in the prize. So when the paid memberships reach 150 paid members, I'm going to do a random draw of those names, get in touch with the winner, and I'm going to mail you off this fabulous prize. So that is going to be it for today's live video. I'm glad it didn't stall out this time. I am going to do another live video at 10 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time tomorrow morning. So I'm trying to do more live videos, get the channel going. And if you guys tell friends, leave hearts, all that kind of stuff. Do you have any questions before we go? Anybody at all? Questions, comments, concerns? No complaints. We're no complaining here. That is a good prize. It really is. It's $2 a month to join the channel. And what I want to do is build the channel up to be like the size of Mr. Beast, but for crafting. And the only way we can do that is for people to join, people to tell friends about the channel, watch the channel so it gets pushed out by YouTube a little bit more. and it's going to be crazy fun. Thank you, so and so. I appreciate that. It's going to be fun. I just insist on having more fun. I think when we turn on the TV, it's all crap 24/7, and I don't like watching it, and I don't want to participate in that. And instead, I want to do other good things. And people kept asking me, like, can you do a course? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to do a course. I just, put the book out there. So when the video is done processing by YouTube, in a couple hours here, I'll be able to do the video description, and it'll have all the links and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it is kind of crap on the television all the time. Hi, Linda. Linda, we're just finishing up if you want to rewatch the live when it's done. But yeah, we're going to finish up. I'm going to go make my roast beef dinner for my husband. But there we have our cute skate Christmas tea towel with a little village underneath, cotton toweling, a couple of different colors of quilt cotton, some cotton lace trim, washable, and people love these. So go make some for yourself, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, guys. I'm going to turn you off. Gonna come over here, turn off the live. All right, up here on this button. Yeah. Oh, over there. End. I can't reach it. I can never reach that button. Ending. See you later. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks for being here.